Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's your boy, Doc Holliday. We are back again with another HBCU OverDrive live stream. Man, what's going on, J Blue? If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that comment section. Make sure you share that. Make sure you hit that share button. But most of all, make sure you subscribe. And if you just want to be an actual paying member, hit that $4.99. Hit the join button. Hit the $4.99. $4.99 a month for exclusive membership to the channel, man. And also make sure that you hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU OverDrive. First thing first, look, it has been a minute since football season that I have done an actual live show on in the afternoon. It haven't been done. I haven't done it so long. What up, man? What up, Carlton? I haven't done this so long, man. To do a live stream during the afternoon because most of the time I'm at work. And since today I am not at work, I am at the house because I am on vacation from my job. So you already know what it is. We're about to get this content going up. We're trying to get everything up and running. I am still doing crowdfunding for the athletics for Bethune-Cookman football team, basically. So I'll give shout outs to DeJuan Jameson for the donation. Wild Dog 357. I talked to him yesterday, thanking him for his donation. Jay Blue, thank you for the donation. I forgot the last person. Let me see, because I don't want to forget nobody's name on here. That actually donated to the for the crowd surfing. Michelle Jordan, thank you for your donation also. And man, what's going on? Miss Shanetta, how you doing? I know you coming in and you already see what I got on. It is the Block J. It is the original. It is the Dundada. We cannot go about with it. I can't go along with anything else. But shoot, hold on. I ain't even dropped the ticket yet. Let me see. Here you go. Yeah, I still gotta understand. I got a new computer. I got a new laptop, so it's still kind of befuddling trying to use the mouse on the mouse pad. But hey, Jacktown, where you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. Blue, what's going on, my guy, man? What's going on? So what I'm doing is since we cannot give money directly to the students, I had to do a crowdfunder. I had to give this to Bethune-Cookman's athletic department, and I had to earmark it to the football program. So what I'm doing is just ask for donations. Right now, just we are up to $150. It's just we're asking for at least to give about $1,500 to $2,000 in donations for these players. If you did not watch the last show, I did have a current player on the team was telling me about the conditions about sharing helmets and moldy pads and moldy helmets and stuff like that. And that kind of hurt me right there. So what I was doing is telling just, get people to hit my cash app. It's in the ticker if you haven't seen it, to where we can get this donation and send this out for the football team. So they'll be actually better equipped. It's not a lot, but it's something. Thank you, Miss Shanetta. It's not a lot, but it's something that I wanted to do. My wife, she wants to do that, because we want to be more of a collective for the kids and help the kids out. So we try to do, stuff like this, want to create scholarship programs for the kids through my media group is, which is Doc Holliday Media. There's going to be a license. It'll be sometime next month. So when I get that license, it'll be a full-time business right here. So this will be another job that I will have right here. So we just trying to get this going on. So the donations is for Bethune-Cookman, the football team. When you have to go back and missionary, you had to go back and look at my last live stream that I had, and I interviewed a current player, and he was telling me about the conditions. So basically, what I was just trying to do, just something, was like try to get them with some, new, try to help them with new equipment, or just give a donation for new equipment and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to do. And you could give however much you want to give. You can give 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. It don't matter how much you want to give. It don't matter how much it is. It's the thing about it is we trying to give back to these kids right here. So that's my whole mission right here. And it's not to slander Bethune-Cookman. This is not here to slander Bethune-Cookman. This here to elevate and help, to help out and elevate Bethune-Cookman in all the turmoil that they have right now. But the slandering is coming about with the board of trustees. Now we'll get into that right there. Let me put in for the cash app. I always stay on brand with the name. What up, Alvin? It's time for come on now. Look, bro. I'm gonna tell you about that football. I'm gonna get into that before we get into the meat and potatoes of why we on the stream right here. So that's what we're doing as far as the donations and stuff like that. So we're trying to be a pillar to not just one, not just two, but all historically Black colleges and universities, and even historically Black community colleges that we have in our system. So that is the main thing what we're trying to do. We're trying to become a pillar to the community. Coming up with, we're going to try to see if we could do scholarship giveaways, scholarship drives, reward some scholarships to anybody that's going to an actual, historically Black college and university, or to a historically Black college, community college. So that is what our mission is going to be now, and it's going to be through it's going to go through Doc Holliday Media Group LLC. There's going to be try to get that done hopefully by next month. So it will be licensed, and it will be my entity, and we're gonna try to we're gonna see this through. All right. Tonight I will be doing around the SWAC and the MEAC because I missed it on Saturday as far as basketball goes, but that was Saturday was more important. What was going on with Bethune was more important than the basketball games within itself. While Bethune-Cookman is in the situation that is in, what can we do as a community, as a HBCU community, to help remedy this situation of what's going on with our fellow institutions right there? I thank you, Miss Shanetta. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. There's something that we try to do. Chelsea, appreciate you also. Thank you. We trying to get this going on. White text me. But we trying to get this going on, and we want to see this through. We want to make sure. What a Lauderdale. Big Memphis is in the house right there. 901 is in the house. Hey, y'all Grizzlies, man. Y'all Grizzlies on point. Y'all on point. Y'all about to get a smoke to Shannon Sharp the other night. Y'all about to give him the business down there in LA. I guess he don't know what's going on. Where you from, huh? But but anyway, to get all through this, man. The first thing first, is we want to address, and I know Missionary, you said you tired of it. You hit me on Twitter, just like, I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. We all tired of it. Now, you know, we gonna hit this on it. We gonna hit the nail on the head. Like I said, y'all had to excuse me. I'm still trying to work this laptop. All right. Look, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna just be honest, and I'm gonna just be cordial and candid with this. Can we stop with the foolishness about HBCUs? Can we stop with this nonsensical narrative about how HBCUs are run, what goes on there, this, that, and the third? If you ain't never stepped foot on the campus of a black college university, then please have several seats. And I mean several. I got some in the back. I got some outside on the patio. You can have several seats out there, because this has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you. National yes, look, thank you. I'm ready for National Signing Day. National Signing Day is not next week, but it's the week after. So I'm ready for that too, man. I feel you, Blue. I feel you. I'm just ready to see what's going on, who's going to sign, the introduction of the staff for Jackson State, what Bethune is going to do as far as for football goes, as far as for getting a football coach. I want to try to see what's going on with that. What's up, Henny guy? What's up? First of all, I'm tired of these ill-informed wannabe. Well, I know this happened on campus. I know what they do on this campus. I know how they get this money. I know they steal the money from this and that and the third. I'm tired of it, y'all. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it, man. I get tired of, and it's so tiring. So, bro, we had to defend our institutions on a daily basis. All right, Blue J. Hey, we have to defend our institutions on a daily basis, y'all. We have to. Like, that's the reason why we gatekeep our institutions so hard. Like, we held our institutions at a high standard, but we watch over it, and we protect it so hard from outsiders, because outsiders get this sense like, well, hell, they feel like they got a voice, they can speak on this, that, and the third, but they ain't never been in the shoes of a person that actually went to a HBCU, that has actually stepped foot on sacred grounds. That's what I call it, of a historically black college and university. You know what I'm saying? Blue, Blue, Blue is a different entity. Blue is a different person. Is a different, because he been there, he done that. I don't care what color he is. He follows football on all levels. I don't care. That's my guy right there. What up, Franklin? IP. And we have to study. I mean, we have to study history. We have to gatekeep this, man. Like, we get tired. People get tired of just defending our institutions. So, so the reason why I'm saying this and where I'm coming from with this, and I'm gonna say it just like this. Shout out to Kobe from Bliss City Podcast, man. He said a whole mouthful. I watched his whole show last night after I got off of work and after I was pissed off about my Cowboys. But but he said a lot of what with what was going, what the situation was. Now I know I'm gonna play bits and clips of this right here because the thing about this is, it's like, excuse me, man, Miss DeAndrea Sanders, where the hell have you been at? I tell you just like this, it's something about you that I know that everybody else don't know about. It's coming from somebody that actually know who you are. So this is from the Baller Alert show. First of all, I wouldn't go on the show titled Baller Alert because the stigma of what it is, and I wouldn't do that. And then this big goofy ass dude right here that y'all see on the screen made no type of sense, and you'll see. But I'm about to play this clip.
I made to go to Denver.
I'm gonna always support my family, whatever they do. So
when you hear haters talking about your dad, it's like, oh, he didn't make the right decision. He should have stayed in, Jacksonville and stayed.
First of all, my brother. I am some well-known social media website, but y'all understand that. But still, though. First of all, it's not Jacksonville. It's Jackson State, sir. It's Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, I'm going to need you to learn how to differentiate or go back to a geography class and differentiate between Jacksonville, Florida, or Jacksonville, Alabama, to Jackson, Mississippi. All right? Right, Mr. Camp. Right. Come on now, man. Come on. It makes no sense. But anyway.
Stayed there and coached. How do you feel about that? You think he made the right decision?
I mean, the thing that people don't know is, like, it's more than football in Jackson. Mm-hmm. Like, when my dad makes a decision, he thinks about all aspects of his kids. People don't realize he actually did have kids that go to the school also. Mm-hmm. Like, people don't know that it's killings on the campus.
Oh,
like,
wow.
every few months.
Hold on now. Now, this is where everybody's antennas went up yesterday. All right. This is where everybody's antennas went up the other day. When you said there's killings on the campus every few months, like, first of all, the last killing that was on the campus before that happened right there was May of 1970 with the Gibbs Green incident, the Jackson State killings. Other than that, there was no type of killing. There was no type of violent, violent murder on the campus until that happened. And that was the day before the damn Celebration Bowl. That was right before the Celebration Bowl. The day before the Celebration Bowl. That's when that happened. And what I'm going to say is, for the young man, there's 2 lives that was lost on that day, y'all. I'm going to tell you, there's 2 lives that was lost on that day. The first life was the man that actually physically passed away. The second is the man that's actually going to go to jail, go to prison for the rest of his life. So 2 lives, I'm gonna just say it just like that. Not just 1 life, but 2 lives was lost. Don't know what was the situation was. All I know is the person that lost his life mortally, that lost his life, was going to go be a walk-on on the football team. All right. The other person that did that took his life is going to be going to prison for the rest of his life. So let's just get that clear. Let's get that straight, y'all. I just want to get that straight, okay? And then Mr. Campbell, we gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna talk about that too.
Few months. Yeah, they don't know that people are breaking in the locker rooms, stealing from the students. So it's kind of like my dad gives this much back to the community, but it's like, what is the community giving?
And he has his own health issues, and he needs a facility that will accommodate him.
Yeah, so it's like,
first of all, okay, here's another thing. Albeit that Coach Prime had his health issues with what was going on with him and his health, his legs, his feet, stuff like that. You act like Jackson doesn't have anything. You act like Mississippi doesn't have anything. Mississippi had, to me, I feel like Mississippi can have one of the best facilities as far as medical, and they do. Because if they didn't, your dad wouldn't be alive right now, or he would not be able to walk on both legs. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm gonna continue. We're gonna continue to see what the last narrative of this is. Okay.
What is? Yeah, like literally, it's people literally being found dead on campus.
Damn.
So it's like, what is my dad supposed to do? Like, it's either you can help the community, but you still have to help your family, the kids that you're providing for at the school. They have to be safe. So I support my dad in whatever he does. You always want to be somewhere where you feel safe.
Shit, I would have left too.
Yeah, and I mean, if he doesn't feel safe there, then I mean,
damn. So he didn't feel safe at all being there.
I mean, I don't know what he felt. I'm just saying I wouldn't have felt safe. I don't know what my dad felt.
You didn't feel safe whenever you was on campus?
I felt safe, but I'm saying for the stuff I would see and hear, it's like scary. I wouldn't. Yeah, you just have to. Like, my dad gave a lot to Jackson for them to be doing stuff like that
of his own money.
Yeah, a lot of his own money too.
A lot of his own money, yes, he probably had an expedited, but it wasn't his own money. He had to go through his business partner, business manager, to get the money from him to expedite certain things that was around for the football team per se. So that was is neither here or there. But my thing about this is, if you don't want to be there, you don't have to be there. So now I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna end the video right there. All right. So we gonna talk about that, y'all. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that, y'all. So first of all, Mr. Campbell, yep, said, Uncle said, Mr. Campbell, y'all already know. Them dudes was Shadur, Shalimar, and Shiloh. They love being in Jackson. They love Jackson State. Shadur is going to follow his father everywhere he go. And that's just being a parent, y'all. So that's nothing you can actually change about that. That's just being, Shadur loves his father. I know all the kids love their dad and everything. All right. Shiloh and Shalimar, because Shalimar was on the women's basketball team, so she really couldn't do too much of anything. But Shiloh was the one that was most hesitant about leaving out of Jackson. He was hesitant about leaving out of Jackson. Shiloh loved Jackson State that much. Everybody knows Shiloh went to the point where he bought a damn drum major mace because he was that ingrained in the culture of Jackson State. That man wanted to have his degree say Shiloh Sanders, you know, Jackson State University. That's where he wanted his degree to be. So, and it's crazy. Yes, her mother is a FAMU grad. And thank you for letting me know that. I didn't even know that, y'all. I didn't even know that until Mr. Campbell said that on Saturday. All right. So the next thing we're gonna talk about, discuss is the health issue with her father. All right. If it wasn't for the University of Mississippi Medical Center, the man would have died going anywhere else. let's just call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. If it wasn't for the UMMC, there wouldn't be no Coach Prime. He would have to go all the way back to Dallas, or he had to go somewhere to like Birmingham, or he had to go to Memphis, or Nashville, or you know what I'm saying, or New Orleans or something like that, to get that type of treatment, to get that type of surgery for him. But the good people of the state of Mississippi at the University of Mississippi Medical Center saved your dad's life. All it cost him was 2 toes. That was it. All it cost him was 2 toes. 2 toes. That's it. Now he in Boulder, he could get all the, he could, whatever you want to call it, he get the top flight medical, he get all that medical treatment, whatever, in Boulder. But if it wasn't for the University of Mississippi Medical Center, hell, he could have went to St. Dominic and got the same thing done to him. If it wasn't for the UMMC, your daddy wouldn't be here right now. He wouldn't have got that bad to go to Colorado. He wouldn't even got the chance to even coach the rest of the season because what happened to him and the people that was there that saved his life. So, man, miss me with that right there. I told you I had a lot to say. We gonna stop this foolishness. And then, I'm gonna tell you just like this. And there we all know, for those 2.5 years, your dad was in Jackson State, right? The head football coach of Jackson State. You was at you was hosting all the little parties downtown Jackson, or wherever you was at. Or wherever, wherever you was at in Jackson, you probably at Freelance, you probably the M Bar, you was everywhere at Jackson when the Jackson State had a home game, especially for homecoming, hosting parties and stuff like that, and then saying that it's killings, I wouldn't feel safe. I'm sorry, but I lived in Jackson. I went to school at Jackson State. I lived in Jackson after that for a little bit. I felt more safe where I was at, staying in South Jackson, than what you was talking about. Hey, where I felt more safe when I stayed in South Jackson and West Jackson than when I stayed on Forest and Adelia here in North Dallas. I just said it just like that. I said it just like that. I could walk down the street in South Jackson, or I can walk down Lynch Street in West Jackson and feel safe. Walk down Dalton, wherever street that Terry Road, whatever street that's around, I felt safe than when I was living in North Dallas off of Forest Lane and Delia. I'm just saying. And then you not only did you say that about murders being on campus every other month, you doubled down on it. You doubled down on your statement until people in the Twitterverse, Black Twitterverse, HBCU Twitterverse, Jackson State Twitterverse went ham on your ass and told you to stop with the foolishness. And then you come with this watered down ass apology. I can't get with it, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you something like this. Dion, when he started, I'm gonna say it like this. Dion started his youth program in the hoods of Dallas, Texas, in Oak Cliff, in South Dallas, in West Dallas, in Pleasant Grove. We talking about hoods. We talking about that's my side of town, hood. You ingrained your kids at that time in the hoods, but your kids are some trust fund babies. I'm gonna just say it just like that. You started your youth program in the hoods of Dallas. And you brought your kids around gangbangers, around dope slangers. And I understand you did a job to where you wanna mentor kids in the inner city, but your kids ain't used to that. Your kids ain't never been used to that. Even when you founded Prime Prep, your kids wasn't used to that. Even when Prime Prep closed down and you went over to the Focus Learning at AAA Academy, which is around the corner from Prime Prep, and it's still in the hood because it's in the Redbird area, your kids ain't used to that. Hell, when your two oldest kids, I'm gonna tell you just like this, your two oldest kids went to my alma mater, Cedar Hill High School, where Cedar Hill was still finding its way to be more African American than being Caucasian, because black flight was black flight from the hood to the suburbs was in full effect at that time. So, and see, here's the thing too. Your brother, Dion Jr., Bucky, he transferred out. He went to Marcus High School in Flower Mound, which is pretty much fluidly predominantly white. Nice high school. Nice high school. The status of the high school, very nice. You finished up at Cedar Hill. How do I know this? My aunt was a teacher for Cedar Hill from the time I was a sophomore in high school all the way up to 2014. She was at that school for 20 years. And she taught you. So, and she told me some stuff about you that, look, I'm not going to sit here and say this. I don't want to slander it. But what she said, it ain't pretty. And when a teacher say something like that, she telling the truth. They 9 times out of 10, they telling the truth. But we ain't gonna get to that. I'm not gonna get to that right there. All right. Let's understand this, y'all. Honey, your daddy is at Colorado. Your daddy is the head football coach of the University of Colorado. He is in what my good esteemed friend, Mr. Ford, called Siberia, America. Right? now I'm Lando. Now, Dion Jr. graduated from Flower Marcus. DeAndrea graduated from Cedar Hill High School, not Trinity Christian, but Cedar Hill High School. Shiloh and Shador graduated from Trinity Christian, Cedar Hill. Shalimar graduated from Rockwall Heath, because Shalimar stayed with her mother, with Pilar. Shador Shiloh stayed with Dion. That was the infamous divorce. The infamous divorce early in in mid 2010s or so. Yeah. Rockwall, he way out there, bruh. And then, oh yeah, Uncle said, thank you for bringing this up right here. So, all right. And now this is going to segue into what the next thing we're going to talk about, right? So, why was Coach Flea at the women's basketball game in Jackson talking to the players? Why are you, Coach Flea, any coach that was a coach for Jackson State that is at the University of Colorado now, do not need to be coming back to Jackson to talk to none of them players. And that's the reason why I feel like TC Taylor came up with the moniker guard the yard. Guard the yard. We have to guard this thing. That's what he talking about. That's what TC really was talking about. We got to guard these things from intruders, from perpetrators, from people like that they want to come back and steal. I don't even know if Jackson State even addressed that, because if found out that it's happened, I want y'all to go. This is what I want y'all to go do. I want y'all to go to Coach Simmons. Go to Coach Simmons' page channel, y'all. And he put out a funny video. I died laughing watching that video, but it was some real stuff. It was some real stuff talking about tampering, talking about an NCAA violation. Because if he's talking to a student, if he talks to athletes that are at the school right now, the transfer portal is closed. They are actually in school right now. They are actually in spring conditioning right now. If that happened, I'm not going to speculate and say it did happen, but if that happened, the NCAA might need to go up to Boulder and talk to Dion and say, "Hey, you need to your people need to they need to lay low, they need to lay off." And it's understandable. There's no way they should not let them in the building. I ain't saying you shouldn't let them in the building. What I'm saying is he should have been checked at the door. He should have been checked at the door. And yeah, Amber, how you doing, Miss Amber? Yeah, Marshall University is alleging the same thing about what's going on. But I think with this one, Marshall University, the player was on a recruiting trip. And it was Colorado was on the phone. Thought they out at the Jackson guess. Oh, hey, Mr. Campbell, you tripping. But but my thing is why I mean, understandably so. I understand if you coach Fleet and you have a relationship with some of those players. I understand like a casual, like what's going on, what, you know what I'm saying? You know, dap up, you know what I'm saying, speak a little piece, and that's it. But if he got to talking about, hey, we want you to come to Colorado. We want you to come to Colorado. Then we got problems. We got some problems right there. And that's the thing right there. That's a real big problem. And if I'm Coach Taylor or I'm Coach O or any other coach, assistant coach for the football team, I'd be going, and if I'm Coach Taylor, I'd be going directly to Dion, like, why the hell was Coach Fleet and Jackson talk to my players? That is true, Blue. You're never gonna see no stuff like that just pop up out of blue at a rivals or at another school's football or basketball or whatever game. You won't see that. KD, yep, you already know. I'm gonna get to that too. And is she talking about Jackson having, you know, killings on the campus of Jackson every other month, which that is bull. Some bull. She might need to go and read up on what's going on in Boulder with break-ins and cars and shootings and all this other stuff within the first 2 months of the year. A month and a half, 2 months from last year, from December last year to right now. Like, you might want to go read up on that. Boulder, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've been to Boulder. I've been to Colorado. Been there. Loved it. Loved the city, especially Denver. I love Denver. You know what I'm saying? Loved it. Air, you know, the thin air, I couldn't get used to it at the time. I have asthma, but you know, once you get used to it, like it's, you know, it's cool. Beautiful, like beautiful scenery and everything. Don't get me wrong. I used to work for Greyhound and I used to go to different places when I get paid and stuff. This was when I was like 19, 20 years old. But it ain't sweet in Boulder. I'm telling you right now, it's not sweet in Boulder. Y'all think it's all pieces of cream in Boulder. It ain't sweet in Boulder. You still forget Boulder is still just like this, y'all. It's still this. It's predominantly this. So what you think what's gonna happen when one of his black players step foot off campus? I'm just saying. What's gonna happen when one of his black players step foot off campus? They about to get, you know, like on the real. I don't want this to happen. They're gonna get profiled. They're gonna get profiled to the fullest. And like I said, if you have not watched the 30 for 30, the Book of Mac, and both of the players talked about this in that documentary about being black in Boulder in Colorado. You have to watch it and you have to understand where they come from. Boulder ain't for the black people. The only Boulder, you go there, go to school and play football or play basketball or play whatever sport that you play. And that's it. Get your degree and you get on. It's not to be there to be living in. This Coach Simmons. What's up, Coach Simmons? Man, they hating on HBCUs so much, but forget when Felicity Huffman and Lori Laughlin were on 50 charges in scheme to get children in the university via bribery and cheating. Yeah, I remember about that. I remember that, and they ain't getting no hard time. They only got what? She only got like 6 months, and then in house arrest. That's it. Come on now. And it's true. Crime has increased. crime has increased in the last 2 months. Cause what is there to do in Boulder other than to go to school, go to school, get your education, play a sport, and that's it. There's nothing else to do in Boulder. Nothing. I'm just putting just like that. All right. So my whole thing is outsiders need to be fact checked on all the bull that they spew out, and because with her having her daddy's last name, most people are going to listen to the foolishness. They're going to listen to that foolishness. All right. Hey, Miss Veronica, you didn't miss too much anything. You have to rewatch it. But I am doing like I'll get back to it, but as far as what I'm doing for Bethune-Cookman, and so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna segue into Bethune-Cookman, y'all. We're gonna segue into Bethune-Cookman. So now I had a hold on. Typo. So all right. Bethune-Cookman student protest. So I had a student athlete on the show on Saturday. Nobody didn't watch. If you didn't watch the show, y'all need to go watch the first 45-50 minutes of the show. And you will get the total aspect of why this kid and some of the players on the team felt like what they wanted Ed Reed to stay as the football coach. Now, everybody who doesn't know that Ed Reed, Bethune-Cookman did not ratify the contract for Ed Reed to become the head football coach. So now they're back into the fray as far as calling, going around trying to find a new head football coach. Now, like I said, I'm gonna say, some people you can get upset at me, y'all. I don't know if y'all can admonish me or anything like that, but I did say that what Ed said can, he has an opinion. Yeah, he said what his opinion was. I didn't have a problem with that. The way that he delivered said message was what I had a problem with. But then I started talking to my significant other, and she was like, well, did you not miss the part when he said he punched the windshield of a golf cart? Then I had to think about it because I didn't go because I'm still in the mind of being moderator, interviewer, and stuff like that. Now, if you don't have that type of self-control, I promise you cannot be a leader of a young man if you don't have that type of self-control for yourself. And I'm just being real. I'm being real honest. I'm being a real player to you. All right. If you don't have that, if you don't have self-control where you punch the windshield of a golf cart, then you cannot be the leader. You cannot lead young men to be the future of our nation. And I just said just like that. But what is the issues? What is he said look like issues that are really not issues? So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. So during said interview, he kind of went down a little rabbit hole as far as going into what's going on campus at Bethune-Cookman. Okay, we had got to the we listened to the point where he said like one of the games when they played Miami, they had to share helmets. Do you understand? That's first of all, that is a health violation to the fullest, because first of all, I'm sharing a helmet with another dude that's been sweating in the helmet if he's been out there on the field playing certain amount of snaps and stuff, and I'm going into the game and I got to put a helmet on that he done sweated in, and I'm about to get my sweat with his sweat. That is a health violation, y'all. What up, Russell? That is a health violation. I'm being real honest, being real serious. That's a health violation. First of all, it's just like if we was at work and you have to switch out hard hats with another person and they been sweating, OSHA would be on your ass if you ever did think about doing something like that. That's a health violation. You know that you can get mold. I mean, of course, it's going to be the mold. It's going to be the mildew, and you breathing that stuff in. That's respiratory problems, bro. And it should not happen. It was, from what he was telling me, bro, D-Lock, what he was telling me, it was a consistent thing. Not saying like every game, but it was like certain games, right? Certain games that they had to share helmets. So it wasn't a one-time thing, because this is coming out of his mouth. This is coming from his perspective, his mouth, from his point of view. Yeah, when they wore certain helmets, like they had, Bethune-Cookman is outfitted by Nike. Bethune-Cookman, yeah, so they're outfitted by Nike. So Nike outfits them with different things. Don't get me wrong, I lived like some of the helmets that they had. I like the combination of helmets that they had. I did like the combination of helmets that they had, but it's the fact that this issue wasn't addressed at the time. And it's not that the reason, that's not one reason why Coach Sims had got fired. Coach Sims got fired because he went 2-9 2 years in a row. The Chrome ones was my best one, man. The Chrome was the best one. And he said, yeah, they was short on helmets. Like, and my thing is too, here's the whole thing too. And this is the reason why the students at Bethune-Cookman are protesting, y'all, against the Board of Trustees. They're not protesting against the president, because the president is an interim president. He ain't nothing but a damn puppet. He's a puppet on a string for the Board of Trustees, y'all. That's it. He is a puppet on a string with the Board of Trustees. They have no type of leadership. Your leadership is a person named Belvin Perry Esquire. He's the head of the Board of Trustees. He's the person that says that's the judge, the jury, executioner when it comes to decision for Bethune-Cookman, because everything goes through him. What's up, Coach Hayes? What's up, Coach Hayes, man? What's up, man? Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know I was on Coach Hayes football. Y'all check him out. Don't get me wrong, don't chew him out. He's from Miami, but he is a HBCU lifer, but he's a Miami Hurricanes fan. So it was a good thing. That I went on this show, because there's a lot of people that was asking a lot of questions that didn't know nothing about what's going on. But hold up, probably be gone in the next 60 to 90 days. Wow. And this is my thing. Hey, how you doing, KJ? My thing about this is it's more of the football team wanting to keep Ed Reed. It's more of the students that's protesting because they are getting tired and fed up about the treatment they're getting from the Board of Trustees at Bethune-Cookman. And I get like I said, when it came when I you know I won't say backtrack, but I had to think about what some of the stuff that was said, but also think about what significant others saying, and then other people were saying. Yes. I think he would have been a great coach if he was given the opportunity. But with, like I said, you have to be able to control your emotions. You have to be able to control the temper. If you can't do that, you can't be a leader of men. You can't be a leader of young men. And I'm gonna say it just like I just said, just like that. You can't be a leader of young men. If you have a temper like that, you can't. I have a temper, but I know how to control that shit. but when it comes to leading other kids, you know what I'm saying, other people's kids, that's the thing. You can't do that. You get what I'm saying? You can't do that. Yeah, Low Child Left Behind left a lot of folks behind. Like for real. Yeah. That we won't get on that. So I'm a pull some up, see what's up on Twitter, and I'm a this is something that I like, and the reason why I say I like this is because this is the power of the students and what type of power that the students do have. So let me go to media. I'm sorry, y'all. One of them. I seen one of them things. I hope they didn't tell them to take it down. HBCU sports. There we go. Oh man. Don't tell me they told them to take that down. That sucks, bro. Let me see. All right. Now I got videos. I'm trying to find the video. All right. Here you go. So let me hold on, y'all. Let me get back over here so I can share it with y'all, because this is something that we need to talk about. As far as this is what the power of the student really shows right here, y'all. That that they can control the narrative. So I'm gonna kind of. Trustees got to go, baby. The trustees got And this is coming from the same student athlete that I interviewed the other day.
Don't go all the way through. Go around.
Hey, come here. Come here.
These are things that are standard that this school doesn't meet the requirements for just a standard. And Ed Reed was bringing that up. In 3 weeks, he already cleared out the field in the back of the ATCs for us to have a new showers, new locker room, whole new field. He was about to clear out the entire intramural field over here and put in turf and a new track field. Yeah. For everybody. It's for everybody. It's not just for football. The thing is that they don't like that change because their pride and ego can't take that. That's their pride, their ego. Their money is leaving their wallets to help the students. That's what they don't want. They don't want that. So we need Ed Reed back to put it all back together.
And I'm gonna say this on this. I don't know about leading Ed Reed back to put it all back together, but you need somebody in there to help shake things up. The board of trustees, they said the board of trustees got to go. But that is what I'm saying, the power of having the students. Like, we all know about the Howard protest as far as we all know about the power of what Howard was doing with their protests about the living conditions as far as their dorms and stuff like that. It's certain other schools that have been protesting, but it's still the power of the students. And I understand. And it's true. He did do the profanity laced rant. Profanity laced rant. And yes, it is, Mr. Campbell. He did talk like this student right here. He would still be there. He would still be there. But that's the reason why I showed that. That's the reason why I showed that clip right there, because it's still what I'm saying is the solidarity of the students, right? And I'm not saying that they're gonna hire Ed Reed back, because they're not. They're gonna stand on 10 toes. They're gonna stand 10 toes down and say, no, we're not gonna hire this man back. But what do you do now? Because do you have a backup plan? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have a backup plan about who you're gonna hire as a football coach? Let me see. I'm about to read through some of these comments right here. Say D-Live, we're not gonna go there, man, because he was at ULM and then he did go to Bethune-Cookman. He walked on at Bethune-Cookman, and they're gonna give him a scholarship. They're gonna give him a scholarship. So let's not try to attack this kid right here, man. Even though he's a young man, he's a young adult. Let's not attack him, because this is not about him. This is about the students protesting at Bethune-Cookman University. They're protesting about the treatment of how they're being treated and how their school is looking, because said board of trustees are not doing their job. So that's my main thing. That's the thing we need to understand. And it's true, yes, they did have 2 hurricanes. Understandably so. All right. I'm not going to even say anything bad about that, but they did have 2 hurricanes. But you don't want, it doesn't matter if it's 2 hurricanes or not. Some people have pride in their schools, and some people have pride in how their schools look. And it, and it's in a 2-month time frame. Oh, hold on now. You ain't tell me we about to get removed because of $1 million on travel. Come on now. So I have a question, y'all. Who policed the Board of Trustees? Who polices the Board of Trustees for Bethune-Cookman? Because remember, Bethune-Cookman is a private institution. Bethune-Cookman is a private institution, y'all. Who polices Bethune-Cookman? Who polices the Board of Trustees? Who polices? That's the thing. All this happened while campus was closed for the holidays. That's the and Theron, man, you my guy. You're a BCU Wildcat. You always say hell Wildcat. You alum of BCU. Who polices the Board of Trustees? Because Bethune-Cookman is basically, they are, I won't say funded, but they are sided with the United Methodist Church. Hold on. First of all, let's Jimmy Jackson. I don't know if you part of the 3 J's from the Mavericks or what, but I'm gonna just say it like this. They were out there cleaning up their campus. The hurricane the second hurricane came through in November. They were on Thanksgiving break during November. Okay. Why it's got to be the job of the students to clean up their campus? Now I know about having community service and having pride in your campus and everything, but that is the job of Bethune-Cookman University, and that is the job of the state of Florida, and that is the job of the city of Daytona Beach, to make sure all the hurricane debris is up and out of the way. So I'm just letting you know, my people in this chat about to flame you right now just for asking that question right there. Okay. It is not the job of the students to clean up the campus. The job of the student is to be there to go to get an education. And thank you, Amber. If it was between Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's no way that school would have been cleaned up by the time them kids came back from break. You got to realize it sat there, that second hurricane sat there and did some damage. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. Come on, people. So I ain't saying all, my loyal people up in here, all the people, my subscribers and stuff like her. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know, y'all the most competent people I know. But we got some incompetent people that comes in here and trying to spew all this narrative bull crap about this. So I'm going through this. Like I said, I'm going through. Yeah, AP. What's going on, AP? Man, look, I know the Board of Trustees voted to disassociate the alumni association. So the alumni don't have no type of say about what's going on the campus. They decertified the alumni association. And this is the board of trustees. Why did you have to decertify the alumni association? Why did you have to decertify the alumni association? Because I'm gonna tell you the reason why you decertified them, because they about to get on your ass. They about to get on your ass. And I'm not saying all of the board of trustees are bad, but I'm just saying some got egos bigger than the school. And I just said, just like this, one man ain't bigger than the school. One man or woman ain't bigger than the school. Hold on, y'all. Let me. Sorry about that, y'all. Still had to do some business on the phone. But the alumni association was about to get on your head, and that's the reason why you decertified it, because you can't take the pressure from the alumni. And it's like when you decertify the alumni, then they don't have a voice. They don't have a voice. So that's the thing. Like, really, on the real though, for real, that is the thing as far as what's going on with Bethune-Cookman. Like, the big question we have to ask ourselves is, who polices the board of trustees? Is it the United Methodist Church? Is it who does it? Who? Cause like who appoints them, and who can say we can get rid of this whole board right here and find somebody else? I want to know why they didn't decertify, but it does especially raise a red flag though. It really does raise a red flag. I'm not even gonna lie to you on that. It raises a big red flag. So I wouldn't know how many people have visited BCU's actual campus or rode through the neighborhood, but just like really on the thing, just the thing. But my whole thing is, with having two natural disasters, it's back to back like that. It's kind of crazy though. Hold Hold on, Mr. Campbell. So, okay, to clear up the trash thing, it is debris from the hurricane. It is not just piles of trash waste on the campus, but there is mold in buildings and several buildings are closed. That is the one. Those are the main issues about what's going on the campus. And then from what I heard, speculation that Bethune for the last 2-3 years was operating in the red with almost a $10 million loss. $10 million loss. BCU is a part of the SWAC office. Why they not helping? Well, because for one, if any type of issue comes out as far as something like with what happened, what's going on with Bethune-Cookman, or even like what happened with Grambling. When the players from Grambling started, they protested and they went on strike and they didn't play against Jackson State that year. The SWAC, only thing that SWAC did was punish Grambling because you are still contractually obligated because you're under the bylaws of the conference. That's the thing. What you got, Leonard? I mean, the local news, but when local news is good and cool, but if it becomes national news, then that's when shit hits the fan. Once it becomes national news, that's it. Yeah, someone's gonna complain. That's the main thing. But the real thing is the real thing is why do you have this board right here that the students feel like they're not doing anything to help them out, and then also they have a president that they can kind of have on a leash, have him and he control him, like, you know what I'm saying? Something they're gonna say, people are gonna say something. Yeah, they need to hire a new coach this week. They have to. I don't even care. You can go back and get Brian Jenkins. You can go if Shine Wide is still up jumping and kicking. You could go back and get him. Hell, you might as well go back and get Terry Sims because you shouldn't even fired him in the first place. Financial term, but it's nothing new. It's nothing new to you, but it's new to some people that don't know anything about what's going on with Bethune-Cookman, especially with their finances. That's the thing we're talking about, Leonard. I'm not saying that I'm not getting on you saying that you don't. I mean, it's nothing to you, but to some people that's in here, they want to know what's up. Question: who's going to want to take the job? That is the biggest question right there, Mr. Campbell. That is the biggest question right there. Who is going to want to take this job? Bethune-Cookman. You gotta realize too, your AD is coaching a basketball game in the state of in the state of Mississippi. I think they're at Valley. Either they're at Valley or they're going to Alcorn. Shoot, and I mean, it's just, to me, it's just like if you were playing it. I remember this when SMU went on death penalty and they came back and they had to hire somebody, like you had to hire somebody that got to eat that's tough as hell and eat nails for breakfast. And I love this. They Coach White was I think Coach White was an alum of the university, so he had love for the university. Coach Jenkins had love for the university. What's going on, Zoe? Zoe from Tiger Talk, man. He had love for the university. Hell, even Terry Sims had love for the university, man. Terry Sims had big love for the university. It was just the fact that it was starting to go down. It started to go downhill when you don't have a lot. And I'm saying you don't have a lot because Mr. Campbell said they've been winning for 15 years with less than. And I feel like they were winning because they were in spite of the university. That's a name right there. That is a name right there. Patrick Surtain. Hey, that's one name right there because I think he's at American Heritage High School. Yeah, that's one name right there. He know the area of Florida. He played in the NFL. He played on the Miami Dolphin teams. Like so he took the FSU job. Damn, that's crazy. But hey, you could probably get him to come down there. But my thing about this is this. And here's another thing I'm gonna tell y'all though. Here's another thing that was crazy, y'all. That Saturday, he had 26 recruits on campus. And then he had another 20 that was flying in, driving in, and stuff like that. And the board of trustees and all of them telling these kids, look, don't even come here. Go back home. There's nothing for you to come here for. So why are you telling me like that's something that now you're gonna have to recover because guess what? A lot of kids from your team is gonna enter that transfer portal. And then when it comes down to it, man, I feel like to fix this mess as far as the football team goes, maybe you need to abandon ship and not play a season and get your affairs in order. What up, Randy? Like, I ain't saying nobody wants the job. I ain't never saying nobody wants a job. It's a job, bro. It's a job. A job is a job. If you want the job, you want to get the job. But do you want to go and deal with a board that really don't care about you? They only care about their egos. You want to go get the job where you really not going to see your athletic director during the fall and spring because of the simple fact that he's the head basketball coach. I mean, do you really want that? And the portal is closed, but they can wait until May when that portal open back up again. Oh, hold on, Blue. Hey, Blue. I know you probably doing some other stuff, but put it in the chat and tell me who's reached out to get this to want to interview for the job. And yeah, you're gonna need some patience. You gotta have some patience. This is Bethune-Cookman is not a quick fix job. This is not like what you saw with Jackson State. On the real, and I'll be honest with you, this is not a job that what you see at Jackson State. Jackson State was pretty much Prime Kid came in and he had tried to get the resources and he had the cachet to get the job done at Jackson State. Bethune, you have to be patient. You have to be patient to the point where you probably go home and cuss and want to cuss out the board of trustees because they're not doing their job. Also, think as a head coach, who's to say your AD will even fight for you since the board of trustees has so much power? And that's another thing right there, A. Thank you, AP. Thank you. That's another thing. That's something else we need to talk about. Does the AD have power too? Does the AD have power? If the AD don't have power, don't have that type of power to try to run the athletic department, and the board of trustees had that type of power, do I really want, I mean, I ain't saying do I really want that job, do I really want to work for somebody like that? Let's see what we got. And it was, you know, KJ, it was not in need of saving, but you know, when you when we've been going 3-8, 4-7, 3-8, 3-8, 2-9 for like 7 years straight, it gets tiresome. Hold on now. Wait a minute, time out. Two guys who reached out are Bernard Clark and Autry Denson. Well, if we talking about the same Bernard Clark that played at the University of Miami back in the 80s, and Autry Denson, nice running back, came out of Notre Dame. So you think Reggie is doing an excellent job as an AD coach? I don't. Here's the thing about this. I can't say that he's doing an excellent job. He's doing the job to what fits his, you know, ability. But my thing is, when Bethune-Cookman hired Reggie Theus, they hired him as the head basketball coach. That is Reggie Theus' forte, basketball. That's his bread and butter. Basketball, his bread and butter. Being an AD, an athletic director, overseeing several programs in the athletic department, I don't know. We didn't know if he could do that. And this is coming from, like I said, the board of trustees. Board of trustees named him, and then named him the AD. Oh yeah, you got two jobs to do. And I understand, you know, Bethune-Cookman had, you know, some ADs that had other other jobs. But we talking about Bethune, like I said, Bethune-Cookman. I ain't saying nothing bad about it, but you got the board of trustees / the athletic budget. That's the reason why Reggie Theus is the AD and the head basketball coach. Quincy, there's no way he could do a great job while doing both. There's no way. He can't focus. He has to focus. Here's the thing, y'all. When shit hit the fan with Ed Reed with his rant, where was Reggie Theus at coming with, said, like any kind of press release or anything like that? He was on his way. I think he was it wasn't in Texas, but I think he was in Alabama or so, or he was somewhere coaching his team. That's the thing. That's the thing. He was somewhere coaching his team. And then when the board of trustees decided to not ratify the contract for Ed Reed, that's when you seen Reggie Theus. He was doing he was on a Zoom call, and guess where he was at? He was in Jackson, get ready to coach his guys at a basketball game. So the thing is, you're either going to be the athletic director or you're going to be the basketball coach. And quite frankly, I would rather for you to be the basketball coach and put somebody in the role of athletic director. But you can't do it when that BOT is in charge of everything. And let's see what we got going on. I'm gonna tell you just like this. I feel this is all time HBCUs need to come together and say Bethune-Cookman. It can happen, but some schools have their own issues, their own problems. But I want to see that happen right there, man. I want to see that happen. No, bro, he got hired on as a basketball coach. He got hired on as a basketball coach. Then when they slashed the budget, they was like, well, you're going to be the AD also. That ain't good business right there. The state can't get in. I'm gonna say the state can't get involved too much because it's a private institution. Federal government can. The regional accreditation, SACs, they can. Because once SACs, I'm gonna say it like this, they just got their accreditation back last year. This is what Mr. Campbell told me. They was on probation for I don't know how many years they was on probation, Mr. Campbell, but they just got it back last year. If SACs come down there and see what's going on with Bethune-Cookman, see what's up with the board of trustees and stuff like that, and they do a full-fledged audit of the university now, and they see some misappropriations or anything like that, it's done for it's done. It's done for with Bethune-Cookman. And I understand. I understand where Mr. Ford was coming from on Saturday. He don't want to see Bethune close. He don't want to see Bethune close. We don't want to have an issue like we had with Bishop College here in Dallas. They closed in 1988. Funds went low. We don't want to have a Knoxville College. We don't want to go back through what Payne College went through. Is in the big one, Morris Brown. Morris Brown was defunct and non-existent for almost 20 years. Y'all just got their accreditation back. Just got the back that they could get federal funding for financial aid. They got all that stuff back, but it took them a long time, and it took those people the people that went to that school and knew the ramifications of going to Morris Brown to where they might not even that degree don't mean jack because there's no type of accreditation going. We don't need that, but if it happens, man, it's gonna go downhill from Bethune. Okay, let me see what you got, KJ. Celebrities without college coaching experience should not be getting these jobs. On the real, I can say yay and nay. But let's get it. Let's take an example, y'all. Let's get an example. Like one example of somebody that was in the spotlight that has a job right now, and even though they didn't have a great season this past season, but he is still there and he's doing wonders and trying to get his team together, is Coach Eddie George. Eddie George. He might not have a winning football team. He might not even have a winning football team last season, but the way that he's running his program and the way that he is leading the young men at his program is wonders. Another person that's doing the same thing is Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson coached in the NFL. He was a head football coach in the NFL. And don't get me wrong with the suits and the cars and stuff like that. Him and Eddie George, Coach George, know how to tap into young kids. Even when, and I'm gonna say it just like this, even when Coach Prime was at Jackson State, he knew how to tap into the young audience. Like for real. He knew how to tap into the young audience. Like Eddie George, the way he was saying, he said, he took a clip of the interview, was talking about how state of Tennessee was they underfunded Tennessee State by $1 billion, $500 to $1 billion, and basically the state is giving Tennessee State $250 million, so where they can actually get their, you do what they have to do with the money. And Eddie George is fighting that same fight because Eddie George, this thing about Eddie George, the difference between Eddie George, Dion, and Ed Reed, y'all. Eddie George stayed in Nashville after he finished his playing days with the Cowboys and the Titans, y'all. All right. Eddie George was a businessman. Eddie George was in freaking Broadway plays. He was doing all that stuff. He got that call from he called Dion when Dion got the job at Jackson State. He called Dion. This was during the spring season. Called him, asking about what the challenges were with the job. Talking about Heisman Trophy, Eddie George. He took the job at Tennessee State. And it ain't like he ain't go to the school. This is the problem with Eddie George. I mean, not Eddie George, but Ed Reed and Deion Sanders. In a sense. I don't know if Deion took a visit to Jackson State before he was fully introduced. Excuse me. But he probably had, that that visit. Ed Reed did not even do due diligence to go up to Daytona to look at said school before he got hired, before they named him in principle to be the head football coach with Bethune-Cookman, y'all. And that was the problem I seen right there. Eddie George knows Tennessee State like the back of his hand, right? Why? Because when they first moved there to Nashville from Memphis, they practiced at Tennessee State. They played their games over at Vanderbilt. They were entrenched in Big Blue. They was entrenched in Big Blue. So to me, he knew what was going on at Tennessee State. He didn't have the X's and O's, knew how to be a coach, but shit, he learned it on the fly. And not only is he's the head coach and he's leading young men, he's leading his own son. His own son go to Tennessee State too. He ain't playing no daddy ball. I'm gonna just be honest with you right there. Not playing daddy ball, not playing favorites. Best man go out there and win. So that's the difference between Eddie George, Deion, and between Eddie George Prime and Ed Reed. Eddie George was entrenched into to Tennessee State football, Tennessee State University, Big Blue, the aristocratic bands. He was entrenched in all of that. The other two wasn't. Not at that time. And yeah, the Titan, yeah, when he was Titans, the Titan, they was at the hip. They was attached to the hip with each other. That was a match made in heaven, shoot. Then, like I said, with Hugh Jackson, yes, he might not been. Yes, we gonna talk about that 1-15 season he had with Cleveland, but we ain't gonna talk about that 8-8 season he had with the Raiders. We ain't gonna talk about that season where he had Jamarcus Russell was trying to groom him into be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but the Raiders organization said otherwise. When Hugh Jackson got to Grambling, he knew about the Hall of Famers. He knew about Eddie G. Robinson. He knew about, you know what I'm saying, the many players that came from that school football factory that went to the NFL or in a CFL or even the USFL. Like, he knew all that. He knew all that. He knew about the pride and the tradition of Grambling, and I feel like that's the reason why kids can relate to him, and most kids can relate to Ed Reed because Ed Reed was hell. I ain't gonna lie, Ed Reed was one of the best. Was not even damn near, was the best safety in the National Football League. He was the ball hawk safety in the National Football League. All right. But that doesn't translate you from being into a great head coach. I had to put it out there, man. I'm sorry, but had to put it out there about the Raiders. But that doesn't like I said, that doesn't translate you to being a head coach, a great head coach. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you don't think it's other players? Hell, you had Tyrone Wheatley was at Morgan State for so long, and he damn near dragged that into the ground. He had Sam Washington leading North Carolina A&T. Sam Washington played in the NFL. And they showed him the dope. And then they get Vincent Brown. Vincent Brown played in the NFL. Lee Holt, that's the new coach at Delaware State, played in the NFL. Hell, Eddie Robinson Jr., Alabama State. Most of us in Jackson don't like him, but he played in the NFL. Was a damn good player for 10 years. Hell, no, and it's a funny thing. Nobody don't even talk about the other NFL head coach in the SWAC in Bubba McDowell. Bubba McDowell is doing shit on the quiet side. He played in the NFL. He was an all-pro cornerback in the NFL. Been at Prairie View for over a decade. Loves that school to death. Love that school. He loves that school to death. Like, for real. I'm just putting it out there. There are plenty of ex-NFL players that are coaching HBCU football and that's doing it the right way and better than what Coach Reed would have had done, but we wouldn't even know what he would have had done. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. And here's the thing about this too, y'all. And I'm gonna end it right here. Here's the thing about this too. Don't get me wrong, every passionate player, y'all. You seen it in clips when he was at Miami, at University of Miami. You seen it in clips when he was at the Baltimore Ravens. You even seen it when he did his Hall of Fame speech. I don't think Ed Reed could differentiate from being a football player to being a coach. It's good to have the passion for being a coach, and it's good to have a passion of being a football player. But once you stop playing, and you've been gone from the game since 2014, 15. It's been over 8 years, my guy. It's time to turn off the knob of being a football player to turn on the knob of being a coach or even a head coach. It don't, to me, look, Louis Dunn, it don't matter how many are Hall of Famers. It doesn't matter how many are Hall of Famers. Hell, Doug Williams ain't no Hall of Famer. He went back to Grambling and turned that thing around. Doug Williams was a Super Bowl winning QB for the Washington Redskins. Went back to his alma mater, turned that thing around, turned them into SWAC champs again. After Eddie Robinson had Mosley on a loan and went quietly into retirement. Hall of Famer don't mean nothing. Hall of Famer don't mean nothing. To young kids now, it means something. Hell, half of these kids weren't even alive when Deion Sanders played in the NFL. But you know what the thing about it with a young kid now? They can go on YouTube. They could Google and go on YouTube and look at his highlights. That's a difference that what we talking about. And then I'm gonna tell you just like this before we go into I wrap it up. Doug Williams graduated from the HBCU, Grambling State, came back, became a head coach, not once but even twice for his alma mater. All right, you don't hear nothing about him bad in the news. Okay, College Football Hall of Famer, yes he was. Black College Football Hall of Famer, yes he is. You know what I'm saying? Bubba McDowell played at the U, played with the Oilers, quietly did his job. Didn't hear all that rah-rah stuff from him. Been at Prairie View for over a decade. Became the head coach. And guess how? He was this close of going to the SWAC championship game in his first season as a head coach. This close. And Deion Sanders, he went to Florida State. But guess what? Before he even get that job, before he even took the job at Jackson State, guess where he took his talent, his educational talents to? Talladega College in Talladega, Alabama. At HBCU. And he got his degree to go out there and be a head football coach. If it wasn't for that HBCU giving him his degree, his ass won't even be coaching at Colorado right now. Let's not say with this, that, and the third. No, I'm gonna put out there just like this for everybody to see on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. If Talladega College didn't give Deion his damn degree, he would not be the head coach at Colorado right now. Hell, he would not have been the head coach at Jackson State either. Deion would still been coaching high school football, being an offensive coordinator. How did Ashley hook him up with that? Ashley didn't have to hook him up with that. He didn't have to hook him up with that. Deion could probably did that on his own. He ain't had to be hooked up with that. He ain't get no hookup. Come on now, man. Come on. Let's get out the gas, bruh. Come on. I know I see the light shining, but come on now. We can't I'm not gonna say you hooked them up on that, bruh. And this is something I'm gonna say to Deion. Probably listening. I don't know if he listening. I don't care. He got the degree in August and got the job in September. He probably was going to school online during that time and then got the job in September. Of course, come on now. It don't even take a rocket scientist, bro. You could do the job. You could go on the computer. Come on now, man. Let's not get into this right here. Still, Talladega gave him his degree. That's it and that's all. That's it. So, I'm saying just like this. Deion, if you're watching, I don't know if you're watching or not. I don't care. It don't matter. With your kids, when it comes down to addressing concerns about what's going on at Jackson State, they don't need she meaning Deandra don't need to speak because half her time was in Atlanta and Dallas. If your little brother, Shadur, spoke eloquently, excuse my words, eloquently about Jackson State, about being in Jackson at the Celebration Bowl post-game press conference, then what you said on this show, on that show, even though I know it's a nice show, but it's still trash to me. You said on said show about certain thing that was going on in school on the campus, and you wasn't there to even see it or even experience it because half of the time you was in Jackson, you was towards the athletic facility, and you was hosting parties at the clubs. Come on now. So let's get out the gas. So I say this to the right here. Understandably so, I understand. You put out a press, you put out a tweet saying not people come for your kids for what they said. But I'm sorry to say this, sir. Your kids are grown. Even Shalomar, she is grown. They would get the same heat from all the black Twitter or all the black Instagram if it was from a regular person, someone like me. So my whole thing is you can't, understandably so, as being a father, because I'm a father myself and I have girls and everything. When they are adult, they need to learn how to diffuse this situation on their own. They can run the daddy and everything, but you gonna learn on your own that you don't talk or you don't make statements that are not true, and then you won't get this backlash. I'm just saying. So the apology that she sent out was watered down. It was bull. And I still won't believe her if God tell me to say you need to believe in her. I would not do that. Oh yeah. They flamed him up. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Go check out my boy Dave, you know what I'm saying, with the PNP Panther Nation podcast, largest podcast dealing with the Carolina Panthers that's independently owned and operated. So I plug you in, my bro. But yeah, this is true. They Pop got the voice. They got a voice. Your last name is the reason why you think you got a voice. See, I'm gonna say it just like this. Dion Jr., he got a voice. He got a voice. He got a voice, right? He know what he know what to say, what not to say. He know when to say it and when not to say it. He know his last name Sanders. He know he named that their daddy. But he got a voice, but he know when not to say. He know when to just leave well enough alone. Shallow, Shador, they got a voice. Hell, they played on the football team. Of course, they're gonna have a voice. Shador, especially because he's the quarterback, so he's gonna have a voice. Point blank. Shalimar, she might not have a voice, but she really don't even say that much. You, my friend, don't really have a voice. Deandra, you don't have a voice. You don't. What do you do to have a voice other than having your dad's last name and even your dad's name inside of your own name right there? So what voice do you have? You really don't have a voice. And that's why you got flamed up by D.I. Love. That's the reason why I came on the show with Jackson State, with my Jackson State shirt, the block, the original. Gotta guard the yard. I knew we knew what TC was talking about. Gotta guard the yard from outside folks, from haters, from non-believers. You know what I'm saying? From these imitators. Gotta hide it, you know what I'm saying? Gotta guard it. That's the reason why he said that. And I'm glad that he is our football coach. And you, Mr. Sanders, Deion Lewin Sanders Sr., just worry about coaching Colorado. Don't worry about Jackson State. We fine over here. We fine. We fine over here. We good. We Gucci on the west side of Jackson. We good on 1400 J.R. Lynn Street. We good. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. Don't you don't have to worry about. Understandably so, you said that Jackson State was, if it wasn't for Jackson State, you wouldn't have got a job at Colorado. Thank you for giving us the prop. But after that, Jackson State don't need to come out your mouth no more. It don't need to come out your mouth no more. We good. We are truly good. And you'll see it this coming football season too. But anyway, man, it's a great show tonight. Let me hit this banner, y'all. So, like I said, I don't know if I'll do a show tonight. I might do a show tonight. I don't know, but I think other people got shows tonight. But it'll definitely worth doing a show this afternoon since I'm on vacation. I'll probably be on tomorrow evening. Like I said, you want to join, you know what I'm saying? Want to join the family? Join the family, $4.99 for membership. Man, $4.99 a month for membership. Hey, you get all the scoop and insight from your boy right here. As always, we do super chat. We're gonna probably have super chat Tuesday tomorrow. So everybody that's in the chat room, just formulate your questions and we use the super chat. So the money goes towards the channel. It doesn't go in my pocket. It goes towards the channel. It goes towards a big thing. It goes towards making the channel better. If you want to donate, if people who didn't come in, who came in late, I did announce earlier on the show that I'm doing a crowdfunding for Bethune-Cookman, mainly the football players. Don't matter if it, what I want to do, but if you want to donate, because remember we cannot ask the kids for their cash out, because it's deemed impermissible benefits and it's a NCAA violation. Has to be done through a collective. It has to be done through trying to do it the right way. But if you want to donate on behalf of Bethune-Cookman student athletes, mainly football team, you can go. You can donate 5, 10, 20. Doesn't matter how much. You could donate it to my cash. You send it to the cash app. Hold on. So that lets you know we send it to the cash app. The cash app is Holliday 1925. This is not, like I said, not going in my pocket. This is going for a bigger cause. Like I said, the people that I thanked earlier, I thank y'all for donating. We are I think we're at $200. So I'll try to get it to where we get it to at least 2,000. And if we get it to 2,000, I'll try to get a little bit more. And then I'm gonna see where I need to go to send this to, and we'll, they'll have the money for earmarked for the football team, not to the general fund, for the football team. But this, like I said, this is a great cause. This is something that I came up with on Saturday night after talking to one of the current football players that came on the show Saturday night. Even though, yes, they're protesting because they want Ed Reed to be their head coach, but also let's give these kids the standing ovation for the power of protest and the peaceful protest that they had. It's good that they did. It's good that they exercising their First Amendment rights. And let's see what happens after this. But if you want to, like I said, you can donate. We're doing this for donation for Bethune-Cookman. Send it to the cash app, $ Holiday 1925. And when you do send it, I do reply with a thumbs up or a heart, because that is, a good thing. It's a great way to give to not say give charity, but it's a great way to give, and it's going for something that's better. It's going for something that's bigger than me. All right. Thank you, Ms. Lawson. Thank you for catching the show, man. Thank you for catching the show. Thank you for everybody that actually did stay on the show. We had over 100, looked like you had over 150 rocking with us today. hopefully tomorrow we'll have the same amount of people coming in and rocking with me tomorrow. Like I said, I am on vacation from the main job, so hey, I'm gonna do some more work with this job right here. We trying to get these numbers up. We try to get the likes up, the members up. We just going up from there. And like I said, when it comes down to it, later on, you know, eventually we are trying to help kids prepare them for life at our institutions, at our historically Black institutions. And that's the reason why where my show is going to go to in my media group, Doc Holliday Media Group. That's where it's going to go to. Some is going to go to where we get new equipment and new stuff for the channel. Others is going to go straight towards scholarship endowment, scholarship giveaways, because that's the way we want to roll right here. That's how we're gonna roll from now on, y'all. But the one you in there, man, tell them, put that cash up in the chat, man. Let everybody know they donate, man. We doing this is bigger than, like I said, it's bigger than me, bigger than you. Is for these kids, y'all. But but as always, man, as always, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe, and always, man, y'all stay dangerous. I'm Doc Holliday. There's another HBCU OverDrive live stream where HBCUs matter. We'll see you back either later on tonight, or tomorrow. We got HBCU basketball coming up. Peace.